getting a little messy to me because now we taking Jaidyn's mattress. These bitches is wild for real.
We need this bed, gang. I need to start bed.
No, yo, it's the other way to go. Like, we feel like they don't need to be sleeping here.
Then try to take your fucking bed. What is not clicking?
I feel like you calling me out.
I mean, you can feel like that. I don't care. Hey y'all, this is your girl Freedom and welcome to my channel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are into Baddies Gone Wild, y'all. Check it out. So we starting up the scene with Gloss Up, Ming Lee, Tee Tee, and Hurricane. And Tee Tee and them, they're all basically talking about their issue with Shay, talking about the celebrity guests and stuff like that. Ming Lee was definitely used as a prop because just literally the day before, she was literally kissing down Shay, okay? So she calling Shay a fan respectfully. She want to hit it from the back respectfully. And it was definitely corny or whatever the case was with the whole scene. Now we also have Coco. She's over here talking to Daisy about how she and Baddies had a conversation where Baddies was basically telling her that she think that she was ducking smoke, or Daisy said that. So this is the form of the next scene for next week that we're going to be posting in a few days because your girl is catching up on the reviews. But this is like a fake house meeting, you know what I'm saying, for Baddies Gone Wild. All the girls are just chilling over or whatever at the table. Daisy is definitely giving Bully this whole thing. She was like, I'm big dogging it. That's what she said in the last week's episode, in the newest episode that just came up. Rella G is just chilling and they all at the table. She was just minding her business. And I'm from New York City. So the reason why it's so weird because Jennalise and Rella G, they're both from New York. Now, Daisy's from New York, Rochester. My whole thing is that, girl, respectfully, nobody thinks about Rochester. And my thing is that Ming Lee is from New York City, which I'm pretty sure, like, Nikki's from Queens, which is the city, which is where Rella G is from. So you going so hard on Rella G, but how come you never said nothing about Ming Lee, right? I just want to put that out there because remember in the first episode, Rella G's was like, oh, how she knows mutual people that Ming Lee knows and stuff like that, which makes sense because they're both from New York City. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, so like shout out to Queens, you feel me? But Jennalise and Rella G, they're going back and forth. No, Daisy and Rella G was going back and forth, pardon me. And Daisy was like, girl, we know that you got a ghostwriter, that you didn't write your own music. So Jennalise was like, that's really giving hater. And Rella G was like, girl, you think my music is so fire that you thought that somebody else wrote it? So she felt like it was flattering on some hater thing. But Coco with this eye, child, Daisy got her crazy, y'all. And now we got Erica Raven talking to this girl right here, okay? The one that allowed her stuff to get taken, all right? I keep forgetting the girl named Jaidyn. Jaidyn, on my soul. You are a lucky girl. Because if my arm was not messed up. She keep talking about this arm. But Erica definitely was right because it did not make any sense as to why she opened up her own room door for her ops to attack her. So I feel like that goes into the young-mindedness or whatever the case is that y'all will see a little shortly. But the girls are sitting here talking about how Ming, she fought Shay, Gloss Up for Shay. And she was like how she wished she never kissed her, which was the clip of that. And they're still just discussing about the fact that she said that she was a celebrity guest and that she wanted to attack celebrity guests. I think that Shay really had a crush on Ming. And so I really felt like when she said she didn't want to fight her, it's because she really liked her. But I feel like Ming really was like very immature. And then she let everybody in the group control her. And I feel like maybe she don't have no identity outside of a group. Because it's like, it was unnecessary. And then Oxy and them, they over here hearing the commotion outside. Her and Baddies is downstairs outside, minding their business, just getting drunk, having fun. Now the girls made the idea and say, we're going to go up there and we're going to take their beds. But what's so crazy about this is the fact that Shay is allergic to peanuts, y'all. She is really allergic to peanuts. And I am in the food service industry, and it is a big no-no to you're trying to basically somebody, because you don't know how severe their allergies is. So they go
I
upstairs.
feel like I couldn't really even defend myself.
Shay,
Mind you, I don't know if I swing on one of the hosts who took my mattress, is the rest of y'all finna jump in? I didn't know what type of time the house was on.
they both lock the door. Then Shay hears a knock. Then she sees who's at the door. Then she opens it up. But the reason why she said she heard something soft, it was like, girl, the whole entire time, Gloss Up was like, oh, it's eviction day. It's eviction day. It's eviction day. It's move out day or move out day. So they was telling you that it was move out day. So it was like, you knew, but you ain't. You should have just 1-2 punch. You should have fought your big one, but you didn't do that. So I felt like you deserve to get your bed taken away because you just sat there and let Shay get attacked and let her bed be taken away. You ain't do nothing. So she ain't jump into your fight when they took your bed. So Gloss Up, Ming, everybody was like, whoa, hold on now. I thought that we originally was going to just be taking Shay bed. But then they ended up taking Jaidyn's bed in the process too. So Oxy and them is hearing the commotion from outside. So she's telling Bahati like, oh, they're trying to break into our room. So they go upstairs. They see that all of the beds is gone. Security there. Coco, she opened up the door for them once they... And I didn't understand, like, Rilla G had nothing to do with the situation. So for her to go so hard to knock down the door, for Tee Tee to go so hard to try to knock down the door, to try to get their stuff and remove their stuff was crazy. And obviously they did have security there. So it was like... It was just too much. It was like so much bullying that was going on. And Ming said in her confession was like she didn't want to be a bully, but girl, you definitely was being a bully and you was definitely being too much of a groupie. And then also with Coco, she over here saying that, oh yeah, I can't let no person keep me locked up in the room. And it's like, girl, nobody was keeping you locked up in the room. When they was taking my bed out, you ain't move out the bed, right? So when they chose to take my talk about taking my stuff and I locked the door, don't get up, bitch. So that should have been a fight automatically, but when she locked the door, she should just swung her Coco right then and there, like, bitch, don't touch nothing. But she didn't do that, so she let her rock, so hey. But Daisy's upstairs, and she in the room with Tee Tee, and I feel like another reason why Tee Tee is bullying about this bed with Shay and Jaidyn is because Tee Tee bullied her to share a bed with her. And Daisy was like, oh, what you mean you're not going to share? What you mean you're not going to share? And it's like, girl, we all got a bed in the house, so we don't got to share. But Tee Tee got beat up so crazy by Daisy. She just ducking on smoke. So she just trying to take it out on Bahati and other people around her. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I did like Oxy Pro this episode because she was not with the bullying or nothing like that. But Bahati and Oxy, they were basically like, girl, like, how did they even get into the room? And, like, what happened? Like, why, like, how come nobody took your bed? You know what I mean? So basically Coco was like, nobody's not going to keep me hostage. Jaidyn was the one that opened up the room. She did it to herself. And I do agree with that. And when it comes to the girls, they felt like Rella G, Tee Tee, Daisy, they thought that they wasn't being bullies, but I definitely felt like they were being bullies, okay? And so now we have Jaidyn and Shay. They had to leave with their property, so they went into a hotel for the night. And Shay was standing on her business. She was like, as soon as I go into the house, she was like, I need that, I want that, and I gotta have that, okay? And she said that she's definitely want to fight with Gloss Up because she said, the one that threw the peanuts on me, we got to square up. But even then, too, she still never really said nothing about fighting me, which I still goes into maybe the fact that maybe she feel like she still is a child, but also the fact that because they shared a kiss, she actually likes her, okay? So the girls, they started going into the bus, Rella, Tee Tee, Daisy, Coco. Everybody just talking about, like, what they felt about what was going on with the beds, right? And we definitely know it was wild. That was wild. I feel like that was one of the craziest baddies moments in history, all right? The girls really got punked up there, but I really respect Shay for getting in the paint. I respect Jaidyn for getting into the field, but she was forced into it, and she was not really a fighter. She was, like, a little scary. But my whole thing is that for Coco B to start in a problem, everybody quiet, and they said, oh, yeah, we feel like he was ducking the smoke. First of all, girl, if it was anybody else and I looked like that, they would have kept going round for round. You over here saying, oh, yeah, let's make a truce and let's be cool was mad corny. And so, like, you kind of see, like, how Daisy flip-flops or whatever, in my personal opinion. And when Jaidyn and Shay get on the bus, they talking to Coco, and then Coco was like, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. You can't be sitting here talking crazy about me. And I'm your roommate, and at the end of the day, you kept me hostage because, like, it had nothing to do with me. You're scary. You should have stood on business. And Hurricane M is basically telling Oxy, like, we never had no problem with you. We asked, like, who the bed belonged to and stuff like that. But according to what I watched, I ain't hear nobody ask no questions like that. I just saw the girls go upstairs, said, we're going to take some beds, and then was doing their 1 2. And that's why I respected Oxy, because Oxy was like, I felt like if y'all had an issue, y'all could have just had 2 girls go up there, 2 issues, 2 girls, solve it, you feel me? But everybody in the house watching and stuff like that, it was giving bullying and stuff. And you got to think, everybody drinking, and Shay was right. Who's to say that if I was to swing on one person, all of them was not going to swing? So it's like, for me to be jumped, and Tee Tee is already a heavy hitter. All those, all of them combined, they all did not need to go into that room. You know what I'm saying? But Gloss Up, she over here like, actually, you a mother effing Sims card, bitch. Like, who told you to search yourself? Like, what you was going to do about it if you was there? What were you going to do about it? So, Oxy said, I think you're calling me out for a fade. So, let me show you what I'm about to do about it. So, they squaring up and stuff like that. And Oxy tore her up, I fear. Yes, she did. And she stopped bullying from what it looked like for next week's episode. So, thank y'all for tuning in to Divinely Sacred. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. And check out the Professional and the Psycho podcast. Peace.